Hi guys! Thank you for staying in tune and thank you for watching this video. I want to talk about what I learned from Saint Therese of Lisieux. I have her book right here. It's called The Story of a Soul that I've been studying. This is Saint Therese. She was born in 1873 and passed away in 1897 at the age of 24. And she was a Catholic nun. She joined the convent at age 15, which is really young for anyone to enter into a convent. But at the age of 15 she entered, and she has been an inspiration to many, and she has helped many. There are many testimonies given by people that received a healing from Saint Therese of Lisieux. She is called the Little Flower of Christ, and her way towards holiness, towards the manifestation of herself and the manifestation of her love for God is very simple. It's like her love is simple yet extremely powerful. And I want to share with you what I learned from her by first starting to share with you some passages from the book that I absolutely and deeply loved, that showed her purity, that showed her innocence, that showed her, purity of heart, that she really longed for a life with God and for a life of service as a Carmelite nun. And the Carmelite, it's from the mountain Carmel in Israel, where people lived in extreme poverty. In extreme poverty. They didn't want to have any materialism, and they just were in silence and in solitude, in communion with God. And in her convent in Lisieux, was it in Lisieux? I guess so. Details are important. In France. So the sisters worked like in the garden, had to do, manual labor to earn their bread. And what I love so much about Saint Therese of Lisieux is her purity. For example, in her book she describes how one of the sisters had passed away, and it was an important nun, like a mother nun, and she passed away, and the sisters were discussing who would receive what belongings. And Saint Therese, she didn't receive anything, and she went up to her, and the nun was in, oh, my English language, oh God, sometimes it is difficult for me to express because I usually talk in Dutch. But she was lying there on the table, as in a coffin, got the word, in a coffin, and Therese noticed a tear on her eyelashes, and so she said, I may not inherit anything physical, but at least I will have the last tear of a saint. And she took a linen piece, and got that tear. How pure are you if you can, if you're satisfied with that, with the holiness, with the tear of a holy person. And then she had a dream about her, and she said, I think it's so strange that I do not dream about God, since I think about him all day. But in this dream, that nun appeared to me, and she was giving away her belongings to the sisters. And when she came to me, she had nothing. And I thought she had nothing to give to me. But to me she said, Therese, I will give you my heart. Whoa, I mean, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that pure? And when I examine her life, and she is such an unlikely saint, because she did not do great things, and she knew that she could not do great things because her world was very small. You're kind of limited to, to the walls of the convent, as I would say. you're limited in your service, not in prayer, not in your meditation on God, not in your in your thinking or in the studying of Holy Scripture, but in service to man. But what she did is that she actually achieved that greatness within those walls of that convent. She achieved greatness through sacrifice. She said, I'm gonna put flowers, like, oh God, I must remember it. I'm gonna spread my flowers, and those are my sacrifices. So she would sacrifice little things. For example, when someone broke a vase and they blamed her, she went down on her knees and asked for forgiveness. When she was washing something in very dirty water and the other sister was like splashing dirty water in her face, she did not say anything about it. Although she didn't like it, she said, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to take it as it is. They would also give her like the food that like leftover food that was not of the best quality or really good, and she never complained. She did not complain. She just took it in. And so she earned her greatness by simplicity, by doing small things. And she, like, let me just get this straight. By earning her greatness by simplicity, she actually paved the way for us to achieve the same thing. What is extraordinary is that Mother Teresa, like we know Mother Teresa, who did the great charity work in India and who helped the poor and who loved the poor, she actually, Therese, is from the name Therese of Lisieux because she was inspired by her. And this made me think of the quote that Jesus said, "You shall do greater things than I did." Because you have Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little saint of Christ, and then you have Mother Teresa, which achieved greatness because she got that lesson from Therese. So whatever you do, you have to put the quality of love into your actions, the quality of love. And that's what Mother Teresa also did in her work. She was in a poor country, she was surrounded with poor people in the streets, and so she decided to take action, to do something, to take her responsibility and to care for them. And she inspired millions of people. She is one of my greatest inspirations, Mother Teresa. And this is what Saint Therese of Lisieux taught me, that in simplicity is great power. In simplicity is your greatness. Can your greatness be? So we don't have to go around like Mother Teresa and help a lot of poor people, though that would be great if we would do that. But usually we are not called to a life like that or to a service like that, but we can do it in a small and simple yet powerful way. And this is what she taught me. So if you want to accept her as your teacher, she's very, very pure of heart. And it was a joy reading her book, because actually she writes it to God, she writes it to Mother Mary, and so it's like a conversation between Mother Mary and her. It's very pure, it's very clean, it's very holy. So I would definitely recommend you to read this book if you're interested in this kind of literature. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.